Hello everyone! Yay, Facebook Live is working! If you join me on Wednesday, I tried to go live, like I always do, every Wednesday morning, and for some reason, it didn't want to play nice. So I am so glad it's working today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. My name is Ruth Norton with Ruth's Stampin' Corner, and I have another installment of our series, Sale-a-Bration. This is where I'm going to showcase lots, hopefully all the Sale-a-Bration products that we have in our Sale-a-Bration catalog, which I'll show you in just a moment. And today we are focusing on the Daffodil Afternoon DSP. This DSP is gorgeous, and we're going to talk more about it in just a minute, but this is a little sneak peek of what we're making today. It's an adorable box. You're going to love this. You're going to love how to make it. You're going to love how many you can get per DSP sheet. It's fantastic. So we'll get into that in just a minute. There's a ton to talk about. We are wrapping up January. We're starting February. There's so much going on. So let's just jump right in. Paper Pumpkin in February will be the Safari Celebration. And the cards look super cute. You're going to get 9 of them. This kit I think will be fantastic for kids, but it'll also be great for, really anybody who doesn't love a fun, cute card. I would love these. So if you want to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin to get February's kit, the last day to subscribe will be February 10th. You need to be subscribed by February 10th. There's a link in the video description to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. And again, you need to subscribe by February 10th. Now, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, if you love Paper Pumpkin, or if you just want to test it out, Paper Pumpkin has prepaid, Stampin' Up! Has prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. This is where you can buy a 3-month, 6-month, or 12-month prepaid subscription. And then during Celebration, you get lots of extra benefits with it too. You can choose some free items, maybe the Daffodil Afternoon DSP that we're going to use today. But if you love to save stuff, you love to purchase in advance, this is a great way to do it. Fantastic deal with the Paper Pumpkin. All right, Tuesday is February 1st, and starting February 1st, we have some new products coming. This is the All Together bundle, or All Together suite. There are, there's a stamp set, there's dies, there's paper, there's 10 new Stampin' Blends. These are fantastic products. I have not had a chance to play with them. There's just been so much going on. I just haven't had a chance to play with them. I've used the DSP a little bit. The DSP is all black and white patterns. You can color it. You can use your blending brushes on it. You can do whatever you want with the DSP. They're all black and white patterns. They're fantastic. The markers, the Stampin' Blends I have used, they are all meant to be skin tone colors. And so I've made this whole chart using all 10 of them. So you can see the huge range of skin tones that you're going to be able to get with these Stampin' Blends. It's fantastic. I am so dying to play with these products. I just haven't had the time. But I am hoping February will give me some more time. I'll be able to play with these. But the stamp set is fantastic. The DSP is fantastic. And the blends are fantastic. Now, the important thing to remember about this collection of products, the Stampin' Blends are going to carry into the next annual catalog. But these products, the bundle and the DSP, you got to get now. They're only while supplies last. And you guys, we know what that means in Stampin' Up! Terms. That means if you like it, get it. So don't wait to get these. If these are products you love, make sure to jump on these now, because they won't be around forever. They're gonna go, and yeah, they're gonna be good products. I cannot wait to play with them. I need to find some time. All right, Sale-a-Bration. This is Stampin' Up's biggest promotion of the year. Everything in this catalog you can only earn free. You cannot purchase these. You can only earn them free with a qualifying purchase. Today we are focusing on the Daffodil Afternoon DSP. This is free with a $50 purchase in my online store. And again, this is what we're going to make today. We're going to get to this in just a minute, but we're going to talk more about the DSP. But if you love the Sale-a-Bration products, we only have a month of this left too. February is the last month of Sale-a-Bration. So if you haven't gotten all your products in here, make sure you shop in February, because that's the last time you can get them. All right, guys, I have 2 class to goes that I want to talk to you guys about. This class, the Otter Stamp Stack, the Awesome Otter Stamp Stack, last day to RSVP with payment for this one is on Tuesday. So if you want the Awesome Otter Stamp Stack, you're going to get supplies for 2 of each card, so 6 cards total. You're going to get in your kit, you're going to get a whole stack of the Sunshine and Rainbows DSP. You're going to get 1 of every pattern. You're going to cut some of this up to use on your cards. You're also going to get 3 yards of the white seam binding and half a package of Genial Gems. This class kit will be sent to you, and then we're going to make all the cards together in a Facebook Live on February 19th. It'll be right here in the VIP group, so you don't have to have the class kit to join us. But if you want to make the cards along with me, if you want me to send you the class kit, you do need to RSVP by February 1st, so I can get all those supplies ordered and shipped to you to have them in time. Now, if you don't have the Awesome Otters, you don't want to use the Awesome Otters, that's fine. I've also created alternates with the Nuts and Bolts set and with the Happy Hedgehog set. So all three are amazing options. You can get as many class packets as you want. If you wanted to do all three, that's fine. Just make sure you RSVP by February 1st, which is Tuesday. All right, guys, Thursday I announced on my blog a new card crate. This is my February card crate. It features the Artfully Layered bundle. These cards are beautiful. I love them. With card crate, you get $20 in product. Card crate is $35. You get $20 in product. You get supplies for all the cards. You also get a PDF and video tutorial for this class. And if you need to add on the bundle, you can do that too. Just let me know when you RSVP. Details for card crate, there's a link in the video description. You can click that link and head to my blog and get all the details on that class. Last day to RSVP for card crate, I believe, is February 11th. So you have almost 2 weeks for that one, but don't wait because it's such a good class. Those cards are gorgeous. I love them. All right, this is the Daffodil Afternoon DSP, and you might be counting, you're like, you're missing a pattern, and I am, because the only piece I have left of the pattern is the piece we're going to use for our card today. So I only have a 6x6 piece left, and so that's what we're going to use for our project today. But this is the Daffodil Afternoon DSP. It is gorgeous. Now, I will tell you that when I first saw it in the catalog, I was like, no, not for me. Vanilla, very vanilla-based DSPs are not my first go-to. But as I have learned in the past with everything that I get from Stampin' Up, you cannot judge a DSP by the catalog pictures. So once I got this in hand, and this is the reverse side of them, once I got this in hand, I was like, oh yes, this is such a good package of DSP. Now I will tell you, I am more drawn to this side. This is the more subtle side. These two patterns are my absolute favorite, this little gingham and this heart pattern. Absolute favorite, but this other side is also gorgeous too, and we do have the daffodil bundle in the mini catalog that will coordinate with all this paper too. So that being said, you can earn this paper free during Sale-a-Bration, free with your $50 purchase. You can choose that as your free Sale-a-Bration item. Now this is the cute box we're making today, and it's super cute. It's a little bit narrower at the top. Narrower? Is narrower a word? It's more narrow at the top than it is at the bottom. So it kind of tapers up, and then there's like a flat edge, and you open it up, and inside there are 3 little Ghirardelli Valentine hearts. Now you also can fit any number of treats in here. The little tiny Ghirardelli squares I think will fit in here. This is the package that I got. I think I got this at Target. I want to say Target. But you guys, I've done a lot of Valentine candy shopping in the last couple of weeks, so honestly I don't know where I found it, but I think I got that one at Target. So you can fit 3 of these in here. 3 fit comfortably. You can probably fit 2 in there if you want to get more per package, but this is what we're going to make today. And it only takes a 6x6 piece of DSP. So per sheet of DSP, you can get 4 per sheet. So that's a great little gift giver thing. So you can get so many out of them. All right. Oh, one more thing I want to mention. January's host code. You only have 2 more days to use this host code. February 1st, there will be a new host code. So if you are shopping in the next 2 days, make sure you use this host code in my online store. If you are going to place an order in February, make sure to check my blog and my social media pages to get that February host code. All right, we're going to start by scoring it. Now, if you have a DSP that has a specific orientation like this one, I want to make sure that the flowers are growing in the correct direction. You don't want them sideways. So make sure that when you start your scoring, you start with your DSP in the correct direction. Because it's a 6x6 square, it wouldn't really matter if you had a piece of DSP that wasn't a directional pattern. This one is, and so you want to make sure that your paper is in the proper orientation when we start to score. So the first side you're going to score, we are going to score it at 1, at 4. Wait, is that right? Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. That's not correct. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me check my measurements. yeah, I'm gonna make sure this is correct on my blog, but I'm just gonna kind of go over, erase that score line a little bit. It's still gonna be a little bit prevalent, but it's okay. So with it in the correct orientation, you want to score it at 1.5, at 2 3/4, 4 1/4, and at 5.5. Okay, so that was 1.5, 2 3/4, 4 1/4, and 5.5. And I will make sure that the measurements are correct in the video description. I may have typed it up wrong, but I will make sure it's correct. That will be the first thing I do when we get off this live. All right, so you're going to rotate it so that the top is on this side. This is going to be the top of your box. If you have a orientation, make sure the top of your box is at that 6-inch line. So we're going to score it at 1, at 4, 4 3/4, and 5.5. Okay, that is all of, well, that's not all of our scoring. That's all for now. I'm going to keep my stylus tool out, or you can use your, take your pick tool. All right, we're going to fold and burnish on all of the score lines before we get to some cutting. And, all right, now this side, I want to make sure I skip that first score line. And you can kind of go in the back of your paper if you have a little mess up, and just kind of rub it. It's not going to get rid of that score line completely, but it will help. And that's going to be the back of our box, so I'm not too concerned about that score line showing up. All right, so last score line, and then we're going to do some trimming. So I actually have a piece that I've already trimmed up because I wanted to make sure that I trim this right. So I'm going to bring this in so we know what we're doing. We're actually going to start with the bottom. You have I'm going to flip it over so I can see the lines better. There's a little 1/2-inch rectangle here. We are going to cut that off. I love making boxes with our DSP because the patterns are so gorgeous. But the problem with DSP is that it's sometimes, depending on the pattern, a little bit harder to see those score lines. So just do the best you can. So what we're doing, there's a smaller square, rectangle, smaller rectangle. We are going to cut straight up those rectangles, and then on the little square pieces, or those smaller rectangles are not true squares, we are going to notch in. So just like that. And that is all the trimming for our bottom. Just like that. So we've just notched in on these two, and we've left these two whole. Okay, so now we're going to focus on the top, and I am going to cut up 2 score lines. So this is 2 score lines in, and I'm cutting down 2 score lines. And then I'm going to just cut off this whole rectangle piece here. And we're going to do the same on this side. Basically, the only thing we want to leave is this middle section here. So cut on that score line, and then cut all the way across here. Okay. And we are going to round these corners. I'm going to bring in my detailed trio punch. I'm going to stick that in there. Just make sure you fold over those edges so you can get that nice and flat into your detailed trio punch. I'll move my trash out of the way. Now we do need to do a little bit of scoring on the sides just so we can get that tapered top to go in. So I'm going to bring in a ruler and my stylus. Can I get my ruler out? I'm actually going to flip it over so I can see a little bit better. I'm going to grab a pencil, and you're going to mark at 5/8 of an inch on each of the panels that are next to the one with our lid. Just line that up against the score line here, measure 5/8 of an inch, and just make a little mark right at the top. Okay, then take your ruler, put my pencil down, take your ruler and your stylus. You're going to start in the corner where the score lines intersect here. You're going to line up your ruler with that line, and you're just going to give it a score. Okay, so it's a really simple thing. These little diagonal lines, I think, is what intimidates a lot of people when they make fancy boxes like this, but they're actually really easy to do. Just line up in that little groove, in that score line intersection. And right here, This DSP is a little hard to see, but that's okay. Hopefully we got it all. All right, and you're just going to give those a little pinch just to, so they kind of know which direction they want to fold in. They'll kind of naturally go in that direction when we start putting our box together. All right, so that is all of our trimming. That's all of our scoring. You can go through and erase these little pencil marks if you want. It's going to be on the inside, so I'm not too worried about it at all. Okay, let's get to assembling our box. Let me grab my tear and tape. So this 1/2" tab over here, put that right up against the score line. And then we're going to put another piece of tear and tape on the bottom of this box, and that's going to go right against the cut edge there. But we're not putting anything super heavy in this box, so we don't need to put glue on every tab. If you wanted to, you could, but we're only putting just a few little chocolates in here. So if you were putting something a little more heavy in here, then I would definitely add a little bit more adhesive just to help stabilize it, but we don't need to worry about that. All right, so I just folded that over. That creates our little box. Oh, and you know, one thing I forgot to do, we can still do this because it's small, but just punch a little, this is a 1/2" circle punch. This is retired, but I bet a lot of you have it, or if you have any kind of punch that would work, we're just punching a little finger notch there. All right, so we're gonna fold in the sides, we're gonna fold in the bottom, and then we're gonna fold in that front flap. Now you will notice when I put this together, you'll notice that the flaps do not reach all the way to the end. I don't know if you can see that. There's about 1/2 inch gap there. I did that specifically. The box is still going to go together perfectly, but I did that specifically so that you can make this box with a 6x6 piece of paper. If we were to make those go all the way to the edge, we'd have to add to the length of our paper, and that would have given us less than 4 per 12x12 sheet. All right, so that's it. So then you just tuck that into the little back there. Those sides will just pinch right in. You just tuck that into the back there. And there you go. Isn't that cute? It's such a cute little box with that daffodil paper. It's just perfect with this pattern, especially. All right, so let's jazz it up. Let's decorate it up a little bit. All right, I'm using 2 other stamp sets for this. Let me get all my little pieces out. I'm using 2 other stamp sets. Let me show you what I'm using. I am using the Sweet Conversations bundle. This is in the mini catalog. I am using this tag. This tag is fantastic. I've used this a ton. And then we're also going to use this biggest heart right here. And for my greeting, I am bringing in this Calming Camellia stamp set. This is also in the Sale-a-Bration catalog, but this is a host item. So you can only get this with a $300 purchase. So if you are placing a personal order of $300, or maybe you have some friends that want to come in with you and place an order, you can get this free during Sale-a-Bration with that $300 order. So we're just using the greeting on this one. So let's get to some of our stamping. So I've already die cut with that tag. I've die cut a piece of Very Vanilla, and I've die cut a another piece of that DSP, my favorite one, with those little Pear Pizzazz hearts. All right, let me grab my Stampin' Pierce mat here. I'm going to use some crushed curry. We're going to stamp our heart. I pulled out my Stampin' Pierce mat because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and it's kind of solid. It's a more solid stamp, so I want to make sure that I get a good impression, and that Stampin' Pierce mat will help you out. This is just going to go right in the middle of our tag. All right, pull that off. Oh, so cute. The heart is meant to look real watercolored, so you're going to get like that two-toned look. It's so pretty. All right, I'm going to put that away. We don't need that for our greeting. And we're going to use Mossy Meadow for our greeting. And I'm just going to stamp that right over the heart. And hopefully I can get this somewhat straight. If not, if you don't get your greeting straight, just put your tag on crooked and it'll be fine. Nobody will know. All right. All right, we're going to add a little bit more to these pieces. Oh, I think I lost a flower. Well, we'll find it. We're going to add a little bit more to these pieces. I have my dark Mossy Meadow Stampin' Blends, and I'm just going to take my brush tip and the lid, and I'm just going to flick some color onto there. Just to add a little bit more texture to that. I love that splatter. All right, let's get to finishing up our tag. I have already, well, I've lost one of the flowers, but I've fussy cut some flowers out of that DSP. So I was actually the same pattern, and so I fussy cut some of these flowers, and I've lost my little tiny one. So we're going to go with just one flower on this one. But you can see I did one of the little tiny flowers and one of the bigger flowers. Just fussy cut it right out of your DSP. If you have the Daffodil bundle, you can stamp it and then die cut it to add it. But we are just using the the paper. All right, what am I trying to find? My adhesive. All right, a little bit of adhesive on the left side of that tag. And I'm going to stagger them a little bit because I want to see that this DSP behind the tag, but I'm lining up the hole in the tag so that we can tie our ribbon. All right, I am using the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. Bumblebee is not one of the colors in this DSP. It's Crushed Curry is the dominant yellow in this DSP, but the Bumblebee matches pretty well, so we're going to use Bumblebee. Now I want a flatter knot, so I'm not going to tie a whole knot here. I'm just going to pretty much just go straight into making my bow. So make your little loop and twist it around. And then, let's see if I can do this on camera, just pull that little tab through where you're holding the ribbon. That will give you a nice flat bow, and you're not going to waste as much ribbon. It's still going to hold in place. And then we'll just trim off the little ends here. And I was able to tie it off the spool, you guys. Yay me, I'm getting better. All right, let's get rid of that ribbon. All right, we are going to stick this on with, of course, dimensionals. We haven't used dimensionals at all yet. We gotta get some of those out. And I'm only going to put the dimensionals on the left side of my tag because it's gonna hang off quite a bit here. So I only want it adhered on the left side. So again, if your greeting is crooked, just line it up so your greeting's not crooked. Then I'm going to use a dimensional on the back of our flower that we have fussy cut. And if you had the smaller flower, if you hadn't lost it, I just stuck that on with a glue dot, or you can use liquid glue for that. But this one will work just fine. Isn't that cute? Final finishing touch, we're going to use some of these brass butterflies. These are my favorite accessory in the mini catalog right now. I hope these carry over. These are so... they're my favorite. We're going to use 3 of them. I've used these a ton. One little one on the tag, then a big one, and a little one kind of floating away at the top of the box. And that is it. Isn't that an adorable box? Oh, you guys, we forgot to put our candy in. Hello. Boy, somebody's going to be sad when they don't get their candy. So 3 of the little Ghirardelli hearts in there. The box will fold up just like that. Super cute. I'd love to know what you guys think about this box. I love the little tapered side. I think it's just, it makes it look so fancy. I really love it. All right, guys, thank you guys so much for joining me. Next week, we will be doing the, where's my Sale-a-Bration catalog? We're going to be doing the Hello Friend. Is that what it's called? Friendly Hello. We're going to do this bundle next week, so I'm super excited. I love this bundle. And if you want to see another project made with this bundle, I have a card that I posted on my blog on Friday using this stamp set. So you can check that out if you want to see more with that bundle. Otherwise, this will be up on my blog in about half an hour, 45 minutes, and you can get all the details there. I will make sure all the measurements are correct, so when you go to make it, you can just read those measurements. All right, guys, if you are watching this on Facebook, I'd love it if you shared this with your friends. That is one of the best compliments you can give me. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys on Wednesday morning in my business page at 10 a.m. hopefully. Well, actually, I think it's going to be at 9 a.m. I think my new permanent time on Wednesdays is going to be 9 a.m. just because of my husband's work schedule. All right, guys, I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Bye.